Okay, so let us go to Eclipse and write our JDBC code. Okay, let us create a project. Okay, in my case, I already have this project called JDBC. Okay, and in this JDBC project, I want to create a program. Okay, and by the way, I'm not covering the idea of setting up the environment to work with the JDBC program and etc. There will be a short video before this just to set up your environment, so I'm skipping all of that in this video. I'm assuming that everything is set up and uh, our MySQL jar file is connected to the system, connected to Eclipse, and everything is working, and we are just going ahead writing our JDBC program. Let me create a class here, and when we say it is JDBC program, I say I want to write a Java program which interacts with the database, which is interacting with the database. Okay, in our case the database is MySQL. MySQL is our database server, and our database is UserDB. Okay, so I'm choosing package name. Let us say user management. Okay, and here I'm writing a, let us say, user test. Okay, and what is this user test about? User test is going to be the class which is going to test our programs that we are writing in databases, on databases. So this user test is going to include main method. So what is the idea? Once again, let me give you an idea. Okay, so what we basically want is we want to provide a command line menu. Okay, and which will look somewhat like this. Enter, or let us call it as user management menu, and we will say insert records, read records, or update records, delete records, something like this, and then we will ask enter your choice. Okay, and here user has to enter a value, and when we choose a value, let us say it is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Let us imagine that we are choosing a value called 1. If I'm choosing 1, then it should ask few other details, like it should ask like enter user name and receive the value, and enter user email, receive the value, enter user password, receive the value, and then in the background it should perform the operation of inserting that data into the database. And once the execution is over, once the insertion part is over, it has to print a message on command line menu, command line execution, that insert successful, and then it should repeat this menu once again. It should show user management menu, and then it should show insert records, and etc. Okay, so this is the expected behavior. To get this type of a behavior, first of all, let us provide this as our menu in our user test program. Okay, user test class that I just created, which let us provide this type of a menu. Okay, so in main method I'm going to write all of that as part of our print statements. Okay, sysout is the shortcut for creating system.out.println, and here within this double quotes I'm just going to paste it. It is going to generate so much of unnecessary thing, but it's okay. It's very easy to get things ready for what we want. All we have to do is here put a double quote plus, and here double quote, once again double quote plus, again here double quote open, double quote close, plus, double quote open, double quote close, plus, double quote, sorry, double quote open, double quote close, plus, and double quote open. Okay, that's it. We have our menu ready. Okay, let us just arrange it. And for arranging, guys, you need not write your own trying to press spaces or tabs or anything. You just have to use a shortcut called alt shift sorry control shift F. And if you don't know, if you don't remember that shortcut, it's very easy. You just have to go to source menu, and there is an option available called format. If you try formatting, it will format it. Okay, it will just arrange everything in correctly. Okay, let us just check whether it is showing us the menu that we want or not. Okay, it is showing everything in a single line. We don't want that. We want them to be in separate lines. So what we can do, after every line, if we want a new line, we can put the slash in. But suppose that you are not coming from the background of C language, it might be some that you may not know what is slash in. Okay, so there are two ways of solving it. We can provide slash in here, and for every line we can provide slash in. Every line slash in, and then run, and we see this menu. Okay, or else we can write them in separate print statements. Close this here. Okay, that way it is print ln, and print ln by default prints a new line after the end of that statement, right? So if we close it here without slash in, we will get a new line. I like writing it like this. Why? Because it is more clear about what kind of result I want. It is more clear to me. It is visually clear in this program what kind of result I want. Though if you are not aware of how to write this type of a code, or if you are not aware that print ln method prints a new extra line, that is something that you have to just learn. Okay, now this will also give the same result. Let us check it. See, okay, so what is next? I want to enter a choice here. If I want to enter a choice here, I have to make this cursor blink here. For that, I just have to remove ln here, and see, now cursor is blinking here. I don't want to enter immediately after colon, and so I want to give a space here. Now if I run it, cursor is blinking here. Here I can enter 1. Okay, if I'm entering here 1, this should be chosen. But for that, we have to write some code which reads the value. And for that, what we have to do, we have to provide something called a scanner, or scanner object, read statements, and etc. So first of all, we have to create scanner object, scanner sc. equal to new scanner system.in. Okay, scanner has to be imported. Scanner is available in java.util package. So let us write import statement java.util.scanner. Okay, the error is gone. Now here I'm going to write, I want to read a value which matches with 1 2 3 4. Okay, so now 1 2 3 4 are integer values. Okay, so that means I want to read an integer value. If I want to read integer value, all I have to do is call read it, next int method of scanner object. So int menu choice is equal to se dot next int. Okay, and then I want this menu to be uh, based on the menu choice, the respective operation should happen. So for that we need a switch menu choice. Okay, and in this switch, if the chosen value is 1, that means if I'm entering the value here as 1, that means insert record should happen. If 2, reading record should happen. 3, update. 4, delete. Okay, so we just have to write case 1. Okay, and for case 1, for now I'm just printing the message that I am trying to insert records. Inserting records. Okay, and for case 2 I am writing reading records. Let me copy this part and make changes. Okay, case number should not be repeated, so I'm changing it to case 3. I have total menu items 4, 1 2 3 4, so I'm going to provide 4 cases. And here I am doing what? I am updating records, and case 4 is I'm deleting records. Okay, so this is cases, but the problem with this type of case system is that if I choose case 1, it will run all the cases. Let me show you. Let us run it. Okay, now the cursor is waiting for some kind of an input. Okay, now when I press 1 and press enter, see it is showing insert record, inserting, reading, updating, delete, all the values. Okay, let me show you one more time. Suppose that I am choosing 2 as the option. 2 is read records. So reading onwards, it will start from case 2 here, reading, and then it will print all the 3 values. See, reading, updating, deleting. Okay, that's bad. I want it to do only one job, that is case 2, whichever number is chosen, that part only. And for that, suppose in case 1, I want to stop after completing the insert records, and so I just have to write what? Break keyword. Okay, so let us write break keyword for everything. Okay, now if I run this, what will happen? I am, let us say, choosing 1. It is only showing inserting records. Let us run it again. If I am choosing 2, it is only showing reading records. If I try 4, it is showing deleting records. That's it. Okay, so that does very good job. Now let us also take care of what if I'm entering a number which is none of these values. Okay, then that kind of value should be handled by another case called default. Okay, default case will be executed if none of the case values matches. Okay, so here I am going to write enter a valid choice or choose a valid. Okay, I'll give a better word. Choose a valid menu choice. Okay, So what are the expected values that they have to choose? So choose between 1 to 4. I'm clearly mentioning so that it is easier for user to decide whether they have what value they have to choose. Okay, now if I run this, if I am giving 4, that's great, it is printing deleting records. If I run again, and suppose that I am giving 5, which is uh, 9, which is beyond the range of 1 to 4, then it is showing choose a valid menu choice, choose between 1 to 4. That's good information to the user, right? Now do we have to provide break keyword for default as well? It is a good thing. I mean, it is a good choice, good decision to maintain break for all the cases. Okay, so let us provide break. Now the menu system is ready. Now I want also this menu system to be repeated. Okay, so if I want to repeat anything, we have to make use of something called loops, and there are different types of loops. There is while loop, do while loop, and for loop. But whenever we want to repeat something repeat something in such a way that it shows the message at least once, then do while is a better choice. So for that, which part has to be shown at least once is this part. It has to start from user management and up to this, and this whole thing has to be done at least once. Okay, and everything else and then it has to be given a choice to the user about whether they want to repeat this menu choice again or not. Okay, and so we will put this whole thing, we will put this whole menu starting from user management till this switch block. Okay, this whole thing I want to be repeated till user decides whether they want to stop. But how to stop, we are not giving any choice to them. So we will provide one more case or one more menu item. Okay, we will provide one more menu item, menu item number 5, called exit. Okay, so if they choose 5, it has to stop. So for that I am providing one more case value, case 5, and here I am saying system dot exit 0. Okay, by when we are writing system dot exit, then execution will stop, the execution will terminate, and so break need not be written here. Okay, break will never be executed if case number 5 is chosen, if menu number 5 is chosen. Okay, and so for this, break is need not be written. Okay, once again let us test it. Okay, and I'm choosing the value called 5, and the execution stops. Okay, execution stopped. Now what I want is, I want this part to be repeated as long as user wants to repeat it. So easiest way of implementing this is, we have to put it in a do while block. So what I'm doing is, I'm selecting this part which has to be repeated, and I'm cutting it so that I can very clearly see what code I want to type. Okay, cut paste is a very easy way of making sure that we are writing code inside the right blocks. Okay, so cut, I'm using Control X as a shortcut. Okay, and I'm providing do while loop, do block, and then after do block, while this. Okay, and the easiest way of providing do while loop is while with true as a condition. Okay, so this type of a loop will always repeat. It's like infinite loop. This type of a loop goes into infinite loop. Okay, let me show you. If I am printing something called, I am printing inside do while loop. Okay, if I'm running this and I'm choosing while condition as true, this loop is going to continue forever. Okay, so let us check it. See, it is going on and on and on and on and on, stopping it. Okay, but in this case, inside this loop, if I provide my menu, which I have just cut, so I'm pasting it again. Now this whole thing is pasted inside the do block, and so what will happen, this loop will be repeated forever till I choose the value 5, because if I choose the value 5, execution will stop as per this behavior. Okay, so let us test it. Let me clear this. Okay, I'm running it. It is asking for the menu. I'm choosing 1, let us say. It is saying inserting records and asking for the menu again. And let us say choosing 2. Then it is saying reading records and then asking for the menu once again. And then let us say I'm choosing 3. It is saying updating records and then asking for the menu once again. And I'm choosing 4, let us say. It is saying deleting records and asking for the menu once again. If I want to repeat anything, let us say I want to update once again, I'm choosing 3, updating records again, and so on. We can choose in any order, that is, it need not be sequential only. Now I'm choosing 5, and observe this. This is the execution. It is showing that the execution is going on. When I choose 5, 5 has to exit, that means stop the execution. When I say 5, and now the execution has stopped. That way we can implement a continuously running menu. So this is our command line interface menu as discussed. So this is the kind of a menu we have implemented just now.